Good morning everyone, today we're taking epic photography in the Philippines. If you're ready, let's get started. Alright guys, I've got a special episode for you today because we've all been there where we kind of go on a road trip, etc. and all we end up taking photos of is actually just the landscape and not really the experience of the road trip. And when I was in the Philippines, went on that epic road trip with my friends, and I decided I wanted to capture the essence of the road trip, which is around the car they were working with BMW, and I was like, why don't I take awesome shots of the car in action and why don't I share that with you? So I shot the whole behind the scenes, how I was shooting that, the idea, and after that we're gonna go return here and we're gonna edit the photos together. I want to show you kind of how I edited, and if that wasn't enough for today, I've got two life-changing announcements to make. They're in this bag right here. So if you're ready, let's get started. Let's get on the field for the first part. Alright guys, so we're gonna take a shot of the car like driving through the mud. It's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna be shooting with the 85mm. We're setting up the GoPro right here to really get a low angle shot. It's gonna be more like video, and I think it's gonna look great. One of the tricks is to limit the ISO. Alright, so the GoPro is ready. I'm gonna get in position. Maybe, no, I think we need lower. We need to put it lower. By the way, that's a great tool. That should hold up.
Like this one in, and then you lock it in place.
Oh wow, that is tight. Yep.
So this is the actual real life car photographer's work. We spend 15-20 minutes getting a shot.
We spent 15-20 minutes pressing record on the GoPro.
Okay, it's recording now.
Yeah.
The GoPro is recording now. I'm gonna get in position. I'm super hot and sweaty right now. Kind of funny. I'm gonna go like kind of find the low angle. That's the mud over there, as you can see. We're gonna try to find a kind of low angle. My goal, oh, I didn't think, but So I took a shot where we won't see the GoPro just earlier, and this one we will see it. So I'm gonna change angle, and instead of being on the side, I'm gonna be like dead in front of it, like super low on the ground. Okay, let's try. Let's go. He didn't go far enough to the left. That's okay, you didn't go far enough. That is a bad idea. Alright, I'm gonna change. I'm gonna go in portrait for that one. We're gonna try it again. I'm sure it's gonna look cool, guys. Alright, let's go. I think that's gonna look cool. Let's review. Yeah, we got it. It's kind of cool. I like it because we have the kids in the background also that are kind of wondering what we're doing, and it's part for me of the story of this like kind of road trip. So, wait, to me, do you think we destroyed the GoPro? Do you think it's still fine? Because that looks pretty bad right now. Woo! I think even if we destroyed it, I think it's worth it. It's worth it. Sorry, your GoPro's dead. I'm joking. I hope not. Let's just check. Oh, is it still recording? Alright guys, so I literally ran down the hill, and I'm gonna take photos of them because that looks really cool. They're literally on that corner, and the splitting off of the background with the car. We've got a lot of construction going on. Looks kind of epic off-road. It's gonna be a nice capture of what we're doing. I'm gonna leave you guys here for a second so that you guys can see. Hopefully the camera doesn't fall.
Let's go!
I got a shot, but Mitch literally stuck his hand out of the car with his phone, so it looks kind of dumb, but the first shot is okay, so that's gonna work out. Although I'm gonna try from a little bit under also, just to see, because maybe between the construction trucks it can look pretty cool also if you like kind of frame it like that. I mean, to be honest, I don't even know if this road is still under usage. Oh, there's a pig here. Oh my god, so funny. So I'm gonna get them to drive through, and I'm gonna shoot through different angles with the camera. Hopefully that whatever that is never gonna move.
Let's go.
Alright, that's it. Let's go to the next spot. I got something pretty interesting. Kind of like it. I tried different details also with like shooting on the, how do you call that, on the machine and not shooting the car only. That way I get more details. Oh god, got sweat all over my eyes. It's crazy, but I think we got the shot. Pretty dope, huh? On location. I mean, that is so epic. I love that location. It was on an island south of Manila. You can access it on the ferry ride. Super dope location. And we kind of found that road randomly, which again reminds all of us that we should always stay open to new opportunities. Before we start editing the shots, because they're ready, they're here, I kind of want to show you like literally how we go from this to this, because that's gonna be sick. I kind of want to share something that is life transforming with you. First of all, you're highly involved in the first one, and the first one is right here. That's something I received when I came back. It wasn't waiting in the mail, and guys, what? We got the 100K award, which is insane. I kind of thought it would happen one day, I just didn't know when. I want to thank each and every single one of you, 100,000, 117,000 right now, because that means a world to me. When I look at it, it tells me the hard work you put into this channel paid off. So keep going. So next one is going to be for 1 million when we grow the family a little bit bigger. Guys, I count on you to keep sharing the channel, and if there is anything you want to learn, anything you want me to share more, always drop me in the comments. Now, if that wasn't enough, if that wasn't life transforming enough because you were technically involved on that one, there's another one that happened that you're not involved in, or at least I hope not, because that would be really creepy. It is simply that, guys, I'm gonna let you guess, but look at that. Well, like, I have to add stuff into my camera bag, which means, I think you got it, I became a dad. What? That is absolutely crazy. It's literally the biggest adventure of my life right now. So if you see anything like kind of weird or schedule or whatever, just know that I'm trying to make the best out of my time and trying to actually make everything work together. So there's gonna be a period of adjustment, and I count on you to help me out. So with that being said, guys, I kind of want to give you a huge high five to all the dads out there, because that is no easy task. I want to say it's more like a full-time job than anything else. I don't know, everyone was like, you should have kids, but then when you have kids and you're like, well, no one told me about that, and that gets a little bit crazy. I'm not gonna spoil it for you guys who might be expecting or who wants kids in the future. You will have to you will have to experience it on your own. With that being said, let's get back to our shoot. So I didn't shoot with the 7200. As I mentioned, I shot everything with the 85mm, and in my opinion, that was pretty cool. So first, let's get the first photo that I actually shot on the first pass with the car, and that is really cool. That's actually one of my favorite shots for the simple reason we've got a big wave right here, and the car is kind of like super crisp and sharp. I shot at 1/640 and also I did not, guys, that's very important, shoot too shallow. I shot at f3.2 and not 1.8 or 2 for the reason that I wanted to make sure that I wouldn't miss the focus, especially when we're shooting fast. So now the question really that you might be asking yourself is, how do you go from this to this, right? Okay, so let me show you. Super simply, if I'm super honest with you guys, I'm using my presets. That's as simple as that. I'm not trying to push anything here. I just want to remind anyone out there that thinks presets are dumb. I want to remind everyone that presets are great to get a consistent look throughout images. And that really makes a big difference when you're in the location or when you're shooting for a client and you try to have the same look for all those images. And when I talk about look, it's mainly the contrast and the colors. That's what I tweak the most. But presets are a base and not an end. The next thing I do is actually do a lot of local adjustments. So I don't actually care about talking about the presets. It could be Peter's presets, Chris presets. I don't care which preset you use, just use it whenever you can to save time. I kind of shot a little bit overexposed on purpose, but then after, what I really wanted to do with that photo, because I kind of liked it very natural, was selective edits, meaning local adjustments. And the most important, guys, is obviously to see your subject first. So how do you do that? Well, the easiest way is to drop the shadows on the lower part of the image, a little bit the exposure, just to make it a little bit darker, but not by too much. You want to stay like in the realm of the possible, I would say. And then you can do the same thing on the sky. Okay, so you would like drop it a little bit on the sky. That might be a little bit too much for the sky. You see, you can already like picture it. There we go. And just that, if we look before, after, makes a very big difference. Now, the next thing I did was simply grab my brush tool, and I kind of went painting all around that car, poof, like that, and that splash, because that splash is kind of awesome. I love whenever I'm able to capture action and it like makes me feel like something's happening. I'm gonna get like energy out of looking through that photo. So what did I do? Super simply increase the clarity to 100. No, I'm joking. I kept it to 25, and then I added a little bit of texture just to make it extra crispy. And in my opinion, that's kind of all there is to do to that image to make it look really nice. So now the last thing that you might want to do is actually like increase the headlights popping out in the image. So what you could do is increase the highlights, increase a little bit the exposure, boom, and the whites, and that's it. I wouldn't do too much more. You could like add some clarity to it to make it extra fun, extra crispy, but you don't want to do too much in my opinion. And then you duplicate it to that side, poof, there we go. And that's it. You're kind of done with that image, and that's how it looks before and after. So yeah, that's it. And last but not least, if you wanted, you could like increase a little bit the white balance to make it a little bit warmer. That's it. I kind of want to show you the other shots that I took because I wasn't too happy with them, and you'll see why. So that one, I kind of like it. I think it looks great. That one is okay. And then we moved in the middle of the road, and although it looks interesting, I don't think it's as good for the simple reason that the proportions don't feel too nice. Now the good part that I like is that shot, because you get a lot of water splashing down or like dripping from the car, which is after the fact. So if you're doing a story, for example, on Instagram or your carousel with your clients, and they want several images, for example, in the magazine, it's nice to show like one you splashing in the car after. And that's kind of what you can do even with the GoPro that's not edited, but to give you an idea. Now, the last part was when we went down that slope. And here, well, as I mentioned, like Mitch kind of like photobombed that, so kind of doesn't look good. But we got some better shots after, in my opinion. And that's where actually I think I'm gonna prefer, yeah, I prefer like that. And we got something better a little bit after, but in my opinion that's kind of dull and boring. So I shot at f1.8. as you can see, like only the front of the car is sharp, the rest is not, but the background blurs out nicely. But it's a little bit boring in my opinion. It doesn't add too much. Now when I went behind that like construction vehicle like truck, that looked dope in my opinion. I really liked it. So I framed the car like that, added some radial filters all around just to make it like extra, and increase the clarity on the car. And that's pretty much what I did on those shots. And that one might be one of my favorite also. That could totally be in a magazine in my opinion. It works really well. It tells a story, it gives you a little bit of context, and that's what is the most important when you're shooting out there. You want context, you want story, you want people to get excited about things, you want them to feel like they're going on that adventure with you. And if you want to go on an adventure with me, we've got another one coming up. I'm gonna share like some portraits of the same day, like we did a side road portrait session. So if you want to see that, I'm gonna show you also how I edited those. I'm gonna let you go because, as you might know, got a little one to take care of, and I kind of want to yeah, I want to get back to it. So guys, I want to enjoy the first like weeks and stuff. I mean, if you're a parent, just let me know in the comments. I kind of want to hear your tips. Maybe you have good tips about like photography and kids and like managing it all. We'll see how that works out. Get out there, go shoot, try something different, try something new. Press pause, stop that video, go shoot. Stop watching YouTube. Bye.